Okay.
Oh, so I can start now? Sorry, I won't. Thank you very much. I was waiting for the gong. Oh, yeah, that little gong, no gong. Want a gong? Go ahead, Brian, gong on.
Now everyone can hear me. Yes. There we go. Well, welcome, everyone. There's nothing that I love more than coming together with a group of individuals that like to get still and centered. So I'm Reverend Susie Lula, and I'm very happy and honored to get to be in the silence with all of you. So let's just each and all gently close our eyes if that feels right to you. You might even want to start by placing your hand on your heart, whatever is here that allows you to drift away from the outer world and to set your intention and your focus onto your heart, your inner world, the space within us that is the source of our very breath, our very life. So we just set an intention that this few moments together in the silence might be the most intimate time that we have ever spent with the presence of life, the presence of love, the presence of spirit, the presence of God, the presence of whatever you want to call it, name it, claim it. That this time in the silence, we will remember, this is the time I felt so deeply connected to my source. So let's just start with the breath. Just take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Take your time. Take another couple of breaths in and out at your own pace, at your own rate. But use your own breath to move you to your own heart. So grateful to begin from a place of gratitude. Gratitude that soul center exists, that we have been welcomed into a space that is a womb-like space, that we are each and all right now cloaked in an energy of love, and that this energy of love that is surrounding us is also the energy of love that is within us. Love meets love. Love meets love today. May we meet our own loving nature. May we meet the presence of love that is guiding our life during this time. May we open our heart to set an intention that we might deepen our own knowing of this loving presence. So it is from this place of gratitude that I know that this presence of love is absolutely infinite. It is everywhere. And in particular, it is right here, surrounding us, filling us, connecting us. And as we move into these moments of silence, we move into the silence, seeking to connect more deeply with that loving presence as our very nature. You feel your mind wandering, just ever so gently, a smile on your face. Just bring yourself back right there into your heart. One gentle homecoming after another. remember that there is an infinite wellspring of love, of well-being. It is welcoming you into its heart, the one heart you are cherished, you are loved, you are supported, you are enough. So as we gently become aware of our breath again, feeling ourselves inhaling and exhaling, allowing our breath to consciously connect us with our heart. I'm so deeply grateful for this time together in the silence, for the richness of the silence, for the voice of wisdom and clarity and deep love that is found in the silence. And I'm so grateful for this community of individuals who love the silence, who commune in the silence collectively. So it is from this place of gratitude that I know that everything about this time together brought us deeper, more intimately connected to our own authentic nature. That this presence that is everywhere is making itself known to each one of us right here, right now, that there's something in particular that the Spirit of love, the Spirit of life, is seeking to reveal to each one of us individually and to all of us collectively as a community. This is our nature. Our nature is love. And so we attune ourselves. We open our heart, we open our mind, we open our consciousness to receive love in the powerful way that love is seeking to reveal itself to us during this time. We set the tone inwardly to receive during this service, that we are right now open, fertile, receptive to all that this service has to bring to and for us. How much can we receive during this upcoming service? How good can it be for each one of us? How expansive can our consciousness be transformed leaving with? So we're setting the tone, and I'm so grateful for the time together in the silence to set this tone, both inwardly and as a community. And I'm so deeply grateful to get to walk with each one of you and to walk with all of us together today. So in gratitude for whatever we have received from this time of silence, what I know is that it will certainly expand and multiply during the rest of this morning. And so I am grateful, and so it is. Amen, amen, amen. So we just gently open our eyes. Thank you all so much. I just love that. And thank you for being here. The service will begin in a few minutes.
Has anybody seen Angelina? Okay. Good morning, Soul Center. So happy to see you this morning. We have a very beautiful special guest here this morning. Reverend Susie Lula is with us. And Soul Center has a beautiful history with Reverend Susie. We got to know Reverend Susie before you? No, you were already a practitioner.
Yeah, I was a practitioner.
Or were you? Because why do I feel like I saw you graduate though?
You saw me graduate ministerial.
We definitely saw that. But when did you become a practitioner? So
In the 90s.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
In that other century that already happened. Probably before you were born.
No. So Reverend Susie and Soul Center go way, way back, and we did watch her graduate ministerial school, which was such a beautiful blessing. And Reverend Susie has loved us as much as we've loved her, and we launched her book together, and we're so proud of your journey. Reverend Susie is a beautiful therapist who does great work through Agape. She's on their board. She teaches classes. We're so very grateful to have you as our guest this morning. And Reverend Susie is the person that I've been talking about who is going to teach our conscious parenting class with us. So we are so excited for that. Reverend Susie's does beautiful work through the parenting field, and she brings the elegance of self-care to the teachings, and she just weaves it all together in such a beautiful and brilliant way. So we are so very grateful for you today and always, and it's so nice to have you in our new home. Thank you, thank you. And Ray Davis is in the house. We go way, way back with Ray Davis, and Ray Davis and Reverend Susie used to speak together. That would always work out. It was always Ray and Susie at Soul Center. Yeah, isn't that so funny? Isn't that so fabulous? So, good morning. Hi. Good morning. So we have a fun day here at Soul Center, and we are so grateful as we are continuing the month of love, February. And I'm Jessica Suslik, the co-founder of Soul Center OC. And for those of you who might be new, and we are bringing the teachings of Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith and the Agape International Spiritual Center to Orange County and all other truth teachers. And as we gather and learn more together, grow together, we fall more in love with each other and this planet and this earth. So thank you for joining us this morning as we do that. Let's stand and say our declaration together, please. It is in your program. Let's say it knowing it for ourselves, each other, and truly the entire planet and the universe beyond. There is one life, and that life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. I am here to receive the divine message for me. I am awake, I am tapped in, and I am transformed. You may be seated. A few fun announcements. So the Conscious Parenting class that we've been talking about the last few weeks will be starting in April, and that'll be a 5-week class. And before that, we will have a free master class with Reverend Susie and Reverend Michael. So that'll be a really brilliant way to kind of tap into the teachings. And whether or not you have littles, teenagers or older kids, this way of life is brilliant. And I've said it to you, and I'm happy to share personal stories. It changed my entire life when this teaching came into my world. It changed my relationship with my kids, my stepkids, my mom. It was really groundbreaking. And so I encourage you all to check it out and attend at least a free masterclass. And Reverend Susie was so kind enough to bring some books with her. So if you'd like to read about her and get to know her and her beautiful writings, she's going to have some books in the bookstore. And she's donated them. So she's got about 5 to give away, which is such a generous gift. Thank you so much. And then next week on Tuesday night, we've got an evening with Akili Beckwith. So join us for that. Akili's going to be down, and we're going to do, it's for A Course in Miracles, and he's just going to be talking about all his favorite passages. So this will be a beautiful offering to our community for the more advanced A Course in Miracles student, or if you're just curious what A Course in Miracles is, please show up. And those of us that know Akili know he is brilliant and beautiful. Being in his presence is a true gift. So join us next Tuesday night, and that also will be online. If you can join us online, that'll be in person or online. So thank you, and good morning. Good morning, Angelina.
Buenos días.
Jessica, is it this Coming Tuesday, 2 days?
Next Tuesday, I'm sorry.
Next week.
Yeah, 10 days.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And we'll see you there. Please remember to turn your phones off, everybody. I'm Angelina, by the way, just a little late.
Perfectly on time.
Yes, and I'm very excited to announce that Reverend Keith's annual spring meditation and nature retreat in Ventura and Santa Cruz Island will be Friday through Saturday. Details are coming soon. I've done that twice, and it's just an amazing trip. Highly recommend for everybody to go. For more information about Reverend Keith's daily affirmative prayer, Tuesdays, A Course in Miracles, our soul circles, and our weekly newsletter, please visit our welcome table after service or our website, soulcenteroc.com. The Conscious Parenting class has been renamed to Inspired Parenting, yes, by the way. And volunteers, please join us in volunteering. I know that I have become very close to a lot of you through volunteering, and so we want to meet more of you out there, and check us out. We're all pretty cool. And now, our
musicians, Ray Davis again in the house. Thank you so much, Ray. And Bessie and Brian. We've got Brian on drums today, which is super fun. Thank you all for being with us this morning. And welcome to our congregational song.
All right, good morning, Soul Center OC. Y'all good? Everybody good? Yeah, you're looking cute. And so the new digs, this is kind of nice. This is excellent. I've been looking forward to this since the first time I came here. Over 10 years. All right, let's sing together. We're going to look up a holy ruckus. Ready to do that with me? All right, here we go. This is Holy, Holy Way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good morning, my name is Mary Jane Blackwell, and our reading is from 365 Science of Mind, A Year of Daily Wisdom by Ernest Holmes. While there is a place that dwells in eternal stillness and inaction in the innermost recesses of our soul, there is also a place at the circumference of our being that, animated by the inner spirit, goes forth to accomplish. If we will take time to daily to sense this presence, believe in it, capital I, and accept it, before long we have known until now will gradually disappear. Let me read that again. Before long, the life we have known until now will gradually disappear. Something new and wonderful will be born, a bigger, better, and more perfect life. We will pass from sadness into happiness, from lack and want into greater wisdom, and from fear into assurance. Through the continual emergence of the creative principle, any last finality proves to be but the beginning of a new creative series. This eternal spiral, finding its base in the everlasting reality, will never cease to emerge. Our increased awareness of spiritual truths will make each day a fresh beginning, a new approach to reality, a spiritual adventure arising fresh and new from the original creative principle that is active within us. Let us turn within to pray. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this remembering of this reading. To turn to that place within us that is only the truth, the only reality. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to know this. I'm grateful for my breath and the presence back of it that's breathing me. Recognizing that there is only one life and that life is God. This presence is omnipotent, all power, omniscient, all-knowing, omni-active, always creating. Of a sense of love and peace and joy, omni-amorous, always from a field of love. And I know that I am one with it because there is only one. This presence, called by many names yet nameless, birthed all of life into creation. There is not one thing that God did not create. From the farthest stars to the innermost atom, God is all there is. And I am one with it. Spark of the original brilliance. And I know that that is true for each and every person in the sound of my voice. And with my word, I am making a blessing for this day, for this service, knowing that everything is perfect. I'm blessing Jessica and Patricia for their yes to the calling. I'm blessing the band today. I'm blessing the volunteers. Blessing Reverend Keith where he is. Blessing the congregation and blessing the love streamers, the volunteers, and every person that's brought this service together today. And blessing Reverend Susie as she brings forth her brilliance, knowing it is good, knowing it is God. And I simply say, amen. Amen. Now it's time for our agape affirmations. You will find them in your program and coming up on the screen and live stream. I'll speak a line, and then we'll all repeat them all together with sincerity and acceptance. Yes. Please rise. Well, it looks like you all have. My life is lived in touch with the Spirit of the living God.
My life is lived in touch with the Spirit of the living God.
Divine abundance moves in perfect circulation as my life.
Divine abundance moves in perfect circulation as my life.
I live in the problem-free zone of the eternal now.
I live in the problem-free zone of the eternal now.
The joy of being and the gift of right seeing are my everyday experience.
The joy of being and the gift of right seeing are my everyday experience.
I have everything I need to set myself free.
I have everything I need to set myself free.
Gratefully, I let it be.
Gratefully, I let it be.
And so it is. Amen.
So it is.
So now be seated. For those of you who would like to experience private individual prayer today, please head back to the back of the sanctuary where you will find a practitioner or a prayer chaplain that will pray with you in a safe and secure place on behalf of everything. Okay. And as you know, Reverend Keith is out of town, and of course, he always made sure that things are left in good hands with our dynamic, beloved guest speaker, Reverend Susie Lula. Yay. I know that Jessica's already told you a little bit about her, but this is what Keith wrote. Reverend Susie is a spiritual therapist specializing in the field of spiritual psychology. She is the best-known selling author of The Motherhood Evolution, How Thriving Mothers Raise Thriving Children, and is the host of her podcast called Permission to Thrive. Reverend Susie is a regular guest speaker at the Agape International Spiritual Center, where she also teaches in the university and serves on the board of trustees. Reverend Susie certifies individuals in the field of spiritual psychology coaching, and she runs Luminous, an online holistic community for women, with Dr. Shefali, the New York Times bestselling author of The Conscious Parent. We are grateful to have her at Soul Center today, speaking directly after this inspirational song. Hit it.
I guess that would be me. Good morning again. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So I'm going to key off of. Well, first of all, we can lose the reverb until I'm ready to sing. So the
We don't have that.
I am the physical embodiment of a card, of a tarot card. I'm a physical human tarot card today. And my garb tells you what kind of card I am. So I've got the blue and white of the Israeli flag, of the red, green, and black of the Palestinian flag. I even have it in my socks. One red, one blue. And I'm wearing what most people call the Star of David. It's a hexagram. It's an old, ancient symbol of unity, a perfect symbol of unity. So, I am the unity card. Sometimes you get to put it on your body. So this morning we get to bring you a new song. This is called The Road to Heaven 564. And I'm keying off of this little thing from the affirmations. I have everything I need to set myself free. See, I grew up in an environment where I was taught that God was selective. You're good enough, cool. You're not good enough, you're dead. You get it? Yeah. Only certain people gotten into heaven. As a matter of fact, we used to sing a song. Everybody talking about heaven ain't going there. That's balderdash. The truth, ageless wisdom teachings tell us very clearly that all of creation is destined to join in consciousness in unity with the One.
Yes.
So we present to you Road to Heaven 564.
friend Ray Davis. We always end up together. I love it.
You're going to start talking.
Please, start talking about me and Ray Davis. With his beautiful wife, Lori, right here in the house. Aw. Welcome, everyone. First, I just wanted to say again to Jessica and to all of you here at Soul Center, Reverend Keith, and I can never be here without including your beautiful mom, Patricia, my just dear, dear, dear friend, and always so much a part of Soul Center and this very space and place. I am Reverend Susie, and I'm so grateful and honored to get to be with you guys, especially those of you who I'm also just getting to know, and you guys just getting to know me, as Jessica said. We have a really long history together, and I'm a person that really likes long-term relationships. I really like intimate relationships. I really like, I'm not good at small talk. I like just like diving into the deep end with people, and that is what Soul Center is all about, Agape is all about, and so I'm very grateful and honored to get to be with you guys this morning for these few moments. And I think Ray Davis just set it up absolutely perfectly, had no idea. But this song, Road to Heaven, so you already have us on a journey. We're on the road to heaven, and not knowing it, the topic that came to me to speak to us about today is our bridge to brilliance. So anybody up to continue this journey on this bridge to brilliance? I feel like, who doesn't want to leave here more deeply connected with our own sense of brilliance? So, right? Yes. So whether you're here in person, whether you're watching on the live stream, this is my intention for us, that by the time we stand up next, we are transformed, we are embodying, we are integrating more deeply, more fully our own brilliance, and we're ready to shine it out, shout it out, wherever we go from this point forward. So you guys with me? Yes. Excellent. All right. So for those of you on the live stream, I'm going to ask a question. If you're on the live stream, I want you to just write whatever answer comes to you in the chat. For those of us who are here, I'm going to ask the same question. And I want you to just, the first thing that comes to your mind, don't overthink it, don't even think it, just I want you to shout out whatever other words, other qualities come to your mind, your heart, when you hear the word brilliance. When you hear the word brilliance, what else do you think of? Radiance, elegance, love, joy, bliss, ecstasy, excellence.
Genius.
Genius. Okay, a bold one here. There you go. Illuminated, luminous. I run an online community called Luminous, brilliant. Anything else? Delicious, justice.
Nice.
Dedication.
Laughter.
Joy, lightness of being, yes?
Yes.
I'm going to throw out another one. I haven't heard it yet, but it may be here. I'm going to throw out safety. Okay, so in my experience working with clients, working with students, my own family, my own friendships, what I've come to know is that to the degree that we feel safe is to the degree that we're going to let the brilliance that we are out. So we are each and all brilliant. We are each and all a genius. We are each and all joy-filled. We are each and all light. As Jesus reminds us, we are the light of the world, right? We are encoded with that genius, with that brilliance, with that light. We are the light. But to the degree that we feel safe is to the degree that we're going to let it out. Yes?
Yes.
So I'm going to prove that to us by just thinking about those of us in this room, those of us on the live stream. Do you wish for the person sitting behind you, the person sitting on the side of you, the person in the back, the person in the front? Do you also wish for them that they leave here shining their brilliant light today? Yes. Right? Is there anyone here that you do not wish that they would leave more illuminated today? No. So therefore, what we are saying is that we in this space right now, whether in person and the live stream, we are creating an environment and an atmosphere right now of safety and of support. Right? When we create this environment, this atmosphere that is fertile, it's like a rose bush, for instance. It's like a rose bush. When you create a fertile environment, fertile soil, rich soil, I just wrote on our to-do list, like, get out the rose food this week because our gardener just clipped back all the roses. So we give it fertile ground, we give it rainwater, we give it sunshine, we give it all of the environment and the atmosphere. And given the right environment and atmosphere, what will happen? These radiant, brilliant roses, unique that each one of them are, will emerge. So this is what we're wanting to remind ourselves today, is that within each one of you, whether you are right now connected to it or whether it seems elusive to you, there is a brilliance, there is a radiance, there is a light, there is a joy, there is an expansive, infinite potentiality that is already encoded within you, that is just waiting for the right environment for you to set it free. We think of a child, you think of any child under the age of, let's say, 5 years old, 4 years old, 3, 4, 5, 6, before they've gotten too culturalized in the world. Children are unabashed and unapologetic about shining the light that they are, right? They're just unabashed. They are the light. They're unself-conscious. They bring it wherever they go. They express it full on, full out, until they are taught or trained otherwise. When my son Will was young, I'm just remembering when he was maybe 5 years old, he was absolutely certain with every cell in his body that he could fly. And so he had capes of every color. And the first thing that he would do in the morning was put on said cape. If he was here, and he did many times at Agape, he would show up many different capes and just barrel down the aisle, because he was certain that if he could get enough air under that cape, that certainly he would lift off. One year, I remember in particular, he wrote a letter to Santa, and his letter to Santa was, "Dear Santa, please, no need for gifts this year. Please just give me the ability to fly." It's all he wanted. It was a big parenting dilemma. I did call some people. How do I fulfill? I want only one thing. The ability to fly. And there was a P.S., I'm digressing, but there was a P.S., and please could one of your elves come live with us. So we are encoded within you, whether you've thought about it lately or not. You were once that 3-year-old, that 4-year-old, that 5-year-old, that 6-year-old still lives within you. Whether or not we have connected with it lately or not, that 6-year-old, that 5-year-old, that brilliant, unabashed, unapologetic being of light is within you. And we are here to create a safe and supportive environment for us to set that free before we leave here today. It is said, Jesus, master teacher, Yeshua ben Joseph, teaches us that you are the light of the world. He says, we are gods. You are the light of the world. And speaking of heaven, it has been taught to get into so-called heaven consciousness, to enter a state of heaven. What is required of us? Anybody know?
Show up.
To be like a child. Be like a child. I don't know the exact verse, right? Be like a child. Ray will Google it, I promise you, before I'm finished. No, I meant it seriously. Yeah, I didn't look it up. But I know that Jesus taught us, be like a child, to enter the kingdom, to enter the realm, to enter the environment, to enter the field of consciousness that we call heaven. It's consciousness. We call it heaven. You could call it ever-expanding good. Yes. The field of good that is available to us always. Be like a child. Be unabashed. Be innocent. Yes. Be open. Be available. Be receptive. All different words for brilliance. When we are open, when we are available, when we are receptive, we enter this field, this energy of love, of brilliance, of light. So Jesus says to us that we are the light. You are the light. Whether you are in touch with it in this particular moment or not, your essence and nature is light. That is who you are, what we are. So your essence is light. So I want you to just begin, as we're on this journey, just begin to tune in and tap in within you to the less sense it makes to your mind, the better, by the way. But just get in touch with some quality that was within you when you were 4, when you were 5, when you were 6, something that maybe you've lost touch with. Maybe I just remember I always wanted to dance. It was just in me. I still to this day love dancing. Something that was in you, was there something creative? Just get in touch with the quality that you were, you know? I just was always interested in other people. It wasn't something I was taught. It's just something that is true to who I am. I'm still interested. I want to hear all about Ray. I want to hear all about, Susan. I'm interested. There's something within you that you may have put away in a little box. There's something within you that's been there all along. So I'm just inviting you as we continue to journey on today to call forward something that might be within you that you might have tucked away a little bit. And just consider, for the rest of these just 10 more minutes, few more minutes, just consider who would you be? What would you be if you just allowed a little bit more of that into your life? Now, it is also to the degree that we will let our light shine. We're like the sun. We're like the sun radiating. The sun simply radiates all the time. Clouds may come in front of the sun, but the sun continues to radiate. So, bridge to brilliance. Our brilliance is like the sun that continues to radiate. So, to the degree that you are going to radiate is also, though, to the degree that you are able to befriend the shadow in you. Mm-hmm. For when you think of the sun also casts a shadow. Mm-hmm. So that is evidence in nature. The law of nature is showing us first that we are encoded with this brilliance, because you think only of the child. You think, second, it is showing us, nature is showing us that the sun, bright as it is, life-giving as it is, warmth that it brings, also casts a shadow. So that is nature telling us that there is no difference between the light and the dark. Come on. The sun and the shadow. Right? Right? We are taught that there is a dramatic difference between the light and the dark. No doubt we are taught that. You're taught light, dark. Duality. In essence, brilliance, the sun, light, casts a shadow, light and dark, to the degree that I can befriend, that I can embrace, that I can seek to understand any shadowy material within myself, to the degree that I'm interested, to the degree that I can create a relationship with it, to the degree that I seek to understand, is to the degree also, just like with safety, I will shine that light wherever I go. So I'm going to give you an example. Perhaps some of you were taught something like, well, don't shine too bright. Who do you think you are? You may have been taught, well, don't shine too bright, especially when you're a kid, because there might not be enough bright for everybody else. Like, don't take up the whole spotlight here. Jessica, your daughter, came in this morning and she's writing songs about what she loves, right? And in this environment, we're like, Ray and I are like, yeah, girl, what are you writing about? What do you want to sing about? But in another day, in another culture, in another time, she might have been taught, don't like get on the stage. Children are to be seen and not heard. Did any of you get that? Children are to be seen and not heard. I was very nervous, to be quite honest and frank with you. I'm a young mom. My son is 6. He's barreling down the aisles at Agape in said Cape. I'm like, oh my gosh, why couldn't he be the quiet one that's sitting in the front, Because it stirred up in me, nothing about him. So I can tell you also, when he was young, Jamie and I had a very strong intentionality about allowing him to be a kid and not to get too wrapped up in media too early. That, you know, it was a thing, especially in LA, you know, and well, anywhere really. The shadowy part of me, I was certain, I was clear, I knew that the value that I held about allowing him to be a kid. I was clear about that. The shadowy parts of me came out when it was time for a play date. And other kids would be coming over to my house, and they had phones, and my kid's the only one without a phone. And what I really wanted was all the phones to not come into my house, or I wanted the phones to at least be in a basket, because I wanted to be in the backyard and I wanted to see them like jumping on the trampoline and playing in the forts and digging ditches and hosing them down. But what tripped me up at first was also the part of me that really wanted to be liked by all the other moms.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All the parts of me that really wanted my kid to be accepted by all the other kids. I didn't want to be seen as like the weird mom. And I certainly didn't want my kid to be seen as like the only kid that didn't have a phone, of which we had many conversations about that, but that is a different talk. So befriending the shadow in you, whatever you have been taught about your gifts that would have you push them over to the side, we need to create a relationship with the shadowy part. So I had to create a relationship with the part of me that would consider abandoning my value so that you would like me. And abandoning my value so that my child would be accepted. And what I found was in those conversations when I would muster up the courage to call another mom and say, you know what? We're inviting your kids over to play, can't wait to have them. We don't really do phones yet. We don't really do media. I really want them out in the backyard digging, you know, I'm gonna be hosing them down often. What I found when I had the courage to say, I'm gonna put my own value, my own brilliance, my own intentionality, my own authenticity on the table, in spite of any concern that I have around the shadow, what I found inevitably was that the person on the other end of the phone was going, thank goodness, like, please put the phone please take my children in the backyard, please play in a fort. Now, it may or may not have ended that way, and that's fine, because really what I needed was I needed the inner experience to be fully self-expressed, to allow my voice out, regardless of whether I happen to get that back, but regardless, I would have felt good speaking my truth, my value, my intentionality, putting myself into this mix. Is that making sense? So I'm asking you as we're moving through here to call forward anything inside of you that you might have put a little on the side. Perhaps be willing to bring it front and center in your heart and ask yourself what shadowy material might you have been taught or heard the message about that you may or may not still be carrying inside of you to differing degrees, right? My husband is facilitating a songwriters retreat. He's a songwriter, for those of you who have not met him. He's amazing. And he's up in Oregon leading a songwriters retreat, and I was driving him to the airport on Thursday morning, and he was sharing with me the story, saying that he was nervous about going, excited about going, nervous about going, because when he was 6 years old, he ran into his mom and he said, Mom, I invited the whole neighborhood. I'm going to give a concert to the whole neighborhood. And he said he was elated. He came on earth to sing. And his mom, true story, you know, well-intentioned, said, no, you can't give, you have not rehearsed. You don't know what you're doing. Like, you can't do that. So unintentionally, that squashed him, and here he is, a grown adult, driving to facilitate this retreat, and it's present inside of him. So it's an invitation for him to reconnect with the place inside of him that so needs what? The safety. So we're coming full circle to the safety. Within you, there is a safety that is calling out to you, so that the elegance, the brilliance, the genius, the joy, the compassion, the empathy. I think I'm seeing many of you men in this room. I know also my husband. Many, 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 many men have been taught, don't cry. Yeah. Don't show your feelings. Don't get too woo-woo, right? Whatever it is that you're not a man, man up. Whatever it is that you may have heard, the messages that you may have taken in, those are the very parts of you that right now are calling from you to create a sense of safety inside of you so that you can express the life that you have come here to express. Maybe you're supposed to be one of the first men in your circles to say, well, that isn't my experience. I was meant to be one of the first moms in my circle, right? So as you are just getting in touch with what is it that you might need inside of you to create your own inner safety, for your own inner light to shine brilliantly, the last part of the circle also goes back to Ray Davis, being that he has adorned himself today in a very particular and intentional way, because we did not come here on earth to simply shine our light. We did come on earth to shine our light. That is undeniable and undisputable. But we did not come here to only shine our light for ourselves.
That's right.
Exactly. Our soul will not be satisfied until we have shared that and been of service with someone else on planet Earth. So I want you to begin to see right now, just in your own world, your own family, your children, your mother-in-law, your sibling, a friend, a boss, a coworker, how might you, being courageous enough to leave here standing a little more embodied in your brilliance, in your compassion, in your empathy, in your joy, in your creativity, your inspiration, how might that benefit your brother, your spouse, your mother-in-law, your boss, your coworker, a person on the street that you'll never know their name, the person behind you in the supermarket, the person in front of you, the person that cut you off on the freeway, right? We are here to share the light, to bring the light to individuals in our life that need the light. And then one last, I would say, offering, one last, is spiral that out a little farther than your own coworker, your own friends. And let's just for a moment, here's where Ray Davis comes in, let's just for a moment call forward people that will never meet. Many of us will never meet a mom in the Gaza right now. Most of us will never meet someone in Israel right now. Most of us will never meet someone in the Ukraine, in Russia, the Sudan, the Congo, Venezuela, Canada. But the light that we are, and the intentionality of sharing the light and bringing the light to a place that we find is dark, that light is essential. That light is important. And that is what our soul has come here to do and bring. So we in these teachings do not believe in sin, so to speak, but I'm going to use the word because in a way it's such a shame that we might have this brilliance and we might not fully use it while we're here to enlighten, to bring the light, to offer the light to places and individuals, whether we know them or whether we don't know them. The sun doesn't differentiate. Oh, I know that neighborhood, like you were saying before about chosen. Oh, I'm going to shine the light in that zip code, but not in that zip code. The sun does not differentiate. Oh, I'm going to shine it more to men, but not so much to women. More to adults, less so to children. The sun doesn't differentiate. The sun simply shines. Can we be like that sun? That is what brilliance is. It's the willingness to shine equally everywhere all the time. Wow. Yeah. So let's just take a moment and become still. And let's call inside your own radiance, your own light, your own inner sparkle. You just got to have some sparkle. And let's call forward our own inner brilliance, our own inner radiance, our own inner light. And let us begin to see that there are spaces and places within you that need to feel more safe to allow that light out and allow yourself to see yourself, giving yourself that safety. So you leave here today, when you stand up out of that seat, that you leave here more embodied with your light, letting it radiate. And now see that those people around you are the beneficiaries. Your children, if you're a parent, your spouse, if you're in a partnership, your co-workers, your friendships, the person on the corner. They are the beneficiaries of you being willing to shine your light more brilliantly than you've ever shown it before. And now let's just take one more giant leap and let us see the places on earth right now, be it the Gaza, be it Israel, be it the Ukraine or Russia, the Sudan, the Congo, be it our oceans and the animals in the oceans that deserve the purity of water, be it our skies, the air, be it the rivers, be it simple humanity in this country alone, kindness, the humanity, and offer your light right now to a place that you see needs your light. Just offer it in your own consciousness. And as you're offering, I'm just so grateful to move us into a space of prayer where we anchor what we have just practiced. So we are willing, because we find ourselves right now so grateful to get to come together in a community like this. We are free. We are able to meet, to join together in a collective community that says we are the light and our light is needed. See that your light is needed. See that you will not leave here without seeing that your light is needed. And that right here, right where you are surrounded by a presence of light, a presence of love, a presence of luminosity that is infinite, that is generous, that is giving, that is supporting you right where you are. You are supported and you are safe in the giving of your life. This is your nature. And as we each and all connect more deeply with the nature that you are, your authentic nature is light, love, luminosity, joy, inspiration, creativity, abundance, prosperity, well-being, perfect health, radiant, dynamic, vital health, energy. You are infinite potentiality. You are the infinite nature of the Most High. You are it. You are the thing itself. You are it. And you are supported in illuminating yourself so that you can be of greater service to all of those around you. So I am knowing for each one of you, every single one of you, and all of us collectively, that we are ablaze, that we are ignited. We are ignited. We are activated with this power, with this presence, with this luminosity. And it can no longer be contained, no longer be hidden. We leave here unabashed, unapologetic, because we know that the brighter I shine my light, the more I have to contribute to the places on planet Earth and those around me that may be experiencing darkness. I am so grateful that I release this word. It is done, and so it is. Amen. 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 on it, but I'm just taking in these. I'm taking in these beautiful radiant beings. I'm seeing you more radiant than when we started because my eyes are more open, and there are no accidents. There's so much synchronicity that Ray and I would show up together, and that when we parked, we pulled up right next to each other. And when he got out of the car, the first thing that I did see was what I call the Star of David, but what you described as that hexagon. And then Ray explained to me that he was very intentionally dressed today. And I just thought, you just can't write this because it's exactly, he is in the flesh what I'm speaking of. So thank you. So this is the part of our service where we now give. And we call it tithing, we call it giving, we call it donating. And I'm going to share for a minute all the ways that you can do this as I'm inviting the ushers to come forward. Thank you, ushers. And they're going to be sending the basket around. There's many ways that I'm going to show you that you can share. You guys can start. I'm just doing it kind of my own way here. But here's what I want you all to hear. I want you to hear that we think that this is us giving to support Soul Center. And it is, because Soul Center is not supported by any kind of corporate backing. So we are the support. We are the financial support of Soul Center. So yes, that is true. And I'm going to offer an and to that. What I have learned about giving and tithing, and I can just speak for myself, is when I started because I wanted to be generous, and I like giving, and I like the feeling, and it feels good to be supportive of something that I believe in. But what I've ultimately come to learn is that it is in the giving that I have learned how to receive more in my life. Because what I'm realizing is that there's no amount of money that I can give that could possibly be shown in kind to what I receive from being in a community, and what the community, how the community feeds me and nourishes my soul. And so I seek to put a value on it by giving generously in a financial way. But at the end of the day, I always feel like I've been outgiven, you know? So I'm inviting us to stretch a little bit. Here are the different other ways that you can give. You can text the word give to the number 669-342-2157. You can go to soulcenteroc.com, and you can write the word and go to the donate or give button. And there is a QR code that's going to be coming up on the screen. Magic. You can just shine your phone on the QR code, and to remind you that all your donations are tax deductible and safe and secure. And don't you feel so hip and cool when you put your phone up? Like, I see that there's a couple of younger people here, but I always feel very hip and cool when I'm sitting next to my son somewhere and we're both like putting up our phones. Now the phone is a cool thing. I just needed to get it past the 8th grade, but anyway. So these are your ways to give. We're very grateful, very, very grateful. As Jessica said at the beginning, I've had a very long-term relationship here at Soul Center, and I'm deeply grateful. In this time and day and age, we can take for granted what it takes for a community to... I had no idea before I got on the board at Agape. I had no earthly idea what it took to run a spiritual community. I just came on Sunday mornings and everything was done and I was fed and it felt amazing. And there's so much behind the scenes that goes in. That's why so many spiritual communities end up closing. And so I'm very grateful that Soul Center and Reverend Keith and Jessica and the board continues to thrive. And that is so important in this earth, on this earth. Okay. Now we bless it. No. Now there's a song.
Yeah, okay. No, it's all right. That's a wonderful, wonderful talk. And the synchronicity, the engineering, the soul engineering that Spirit has done this morning is amazing. This particular song, I trust, will complement and add to what Reverend Susie has given us. This is a song that is inspired by the Beatitudes, which you'll find in Matthew 5. Yeshua, wonderful, wonderful blessings. It is called Blessed.
Synchronicity. Is this on? Yeah. Okay, excellent. So let us bless these beautiful tithes. First and foremost, so grateful for the giver. How grateful I am to know that there is an infinite, eternal giver that is giving us right now our very breath. And so how very grateful I am to know that as we receive this life, as we receive this breath, as we receive our next heartbeat, that we become the givers in our own life. So I am so grateful for each one who has so generously gifted this day. I know that as we give, more expanded good comes back to us, specifically in financial form. I know that this tithe, this financial offering, goes forward to allow Soul Center to continue to deepen its roots, to anchor in its work, to feed, to nourish, and to nurture these beings who have come here, that we can feed, that we can allow and create this atmosphere and energy of brilliance, of flourishing, of blossoming, and for each and all of us to be of service in our lives. And so I am grateful, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you all. We appreciate your giving more than you possibly know. And now we are doing the children. So the children, there they are. Come on up.
Village, and we have been talking about the eternal qualities of God. This week specifically we focused on joy. So joy as God, as you, is more than a laugh and a smile. It's a giggle that comes from deep inside your tummy. It's a smile that's a mile wide. It's blowing out candles in your birthday cake. It's the wind against your face when riding your bike or being in a roller coaster. It's knowing God is always holding your hand, and you're holding God's hand, and your hands are one. They can never separate. So we have children who are sharing their take on joy, starting with Sadie.
I love God and love. It is so good. It is like I've bursting out of a bird nest with eggs.
And next, baby.
Love and peppers.
Love and peace.
Sorry. God is an amazing feeling a feeling that can always kick sadness away. Joy is a flower blossoming in spring, the rays of sunshine burning on your skin. Joy is excitement, even if it's nothing to be excited for, like you want a burst of happiness.
And Layla.
I feel joy when I'm around my friends and family.
Before we jump into the peace song, I just want to say one thing to you guys. My name's Susie, and first of all, it is Matthew 18, chapter 1, that says, "Be ye like a child." I looked it up. But what I wanted to say to you guys is that the grown-ups in this room just spent our time learning how to become more like you guys. That's what we did. We're just practicing to remember all the joy of being with our friends, like you guys already know. So, thank you. That's right. All right, let's do the peace song.
To
So let us just take this moment to know that we leave here today more connected with our childlike nature. The child that is within each one of us, that we allow that childlike radiance and brilliance and luminosity to feel so safe that it shines everywhere and everyone feels it as they come in contact with us. How grateful I am